like I want to get a job. How do I go about it? What do I need to do? What do I need to put in place? What are those things that I need to actually do? Hi loves, I know it's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute, and I'm super sorry for taking so much time to return here. Like, it's been so many things at the time, so there's not been really much time to film a video. But here I am, super excited to be back here, super excited to show my beautiful face to everybody. So you're welcome back to Impact with Ennie. My name is Igbasoyola, and I really want to appreciate you guys for supporting me, for pushing me, for watching out for me, for doing so much for me. I really appreciate you. So to keep supporting this girl right here, do not forget to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, do not forget to share with your loved ones, your friends, your family members. Do not forget to like my videos. Do not forget to comment as much as possible. If you find them interesting, we find them educative, we find them informative, and if you have recommendations, please, they are allowed. Recommend as much as possible for me. I will look into them, definitely. Yeah, so as a new graduate, as a fresh graduate, you just finished from school, I know there's this thing that we want to keep coming to you, like I want to get a job. How do I go about it? What do I need to do? What do I need to put in place? What are those things that I need to actually do for this to work out? You should start thinking about how to write a good CV letter, and how to write a good cover letter. So guys, let's get into the business of today. Today I'll be sharing an interesting topic with us, and it's a guide to writing a good CV and a good cover letter. So what is a cover letter? A cover letter is a short description about an individual, about you, about me. A cover letter is an informal letter, meaning it should be formal. You don't want to start exchanging pleasantries in your cover letter. You don't want to start asking about the family. You don't want to start asking personal things, while writing a cover letter. So it is just a very short description about you. When you hear short, something that is very brief, something that doesn't have to extend to 2, 3, 4 pages when you drafting your cover letter. So it should be short and precise, straight to the point, and it should not be informal. A cover letter should be a formal letter. And when you're writing a cover letter, there's something you should also consider. You should consider the adequate spacing. You should consider using a clearer font. You should consider the spacing of the paragraph. Let's talk about what should be in a cover letter now. A cover letter should include your name in full. My name is Igbasoyola. Then you can decide to add your third name, your middle name. Maybe my name is Igbasoyola, so. That's one. Then number 2 should include your qualification. What do you have? What is that qualification that you have? Do you have a diploma? Do you have a BNSC? Do you have, did I just say BNSC? BNSC meaning Bachelor in Nursing Science, because I'm a nurse. So I'm used to BNSC. So whatever qualification you have, you can just input it in your cover letter. Yeah, I'm a registered nurse, or I'm an accountant, or I'm a mass communicator, or I'm a business administrator, blah 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 blah. As much as possible, whatever your qualifications are, you should include it in your cover letter. Then another thing that should be in your cover letter is your years of experience. You should include your years of experience. If you have less than 1 year experience, include it. If you have 3 months experience, it's an experience, include it. And if you don't have, you can also include that you do not have experience. Another thing you want to consider when writing a cover letter is your why. Why this particular profession? Why this particular role? The reason why you want to apply to this role in that organization. You should also include that in your cover letter. That's the third point. Then another point to consider when writing a cover letter is to include your strengths. Your strengths. What are your strengths? What do you think you can handle? What do you think you are capable of doing? What are those abilities that you have? That's your strengths. And if you're finding it difficult to actually put down your strengths, if you don't know what your strengths are, there's something you can do. You can do a survey, ask your friends, okay guys, what do you think are my strengths? What do you think I'm very, very strong and good at? So when they like answer those questions, just pick whatever that you feel like is related to your own profession. That's another thing you should consider. If you're writing your strengths, make sure that it is related to the professional expectations. Note that it should be related to the professional expectations. Okay, so if you're, let's use a nurse as case study. If you're a nurse now, what can be your strengths? Okay, I'm proactive, I'm honest, I have good communication skill. As a nurse, you should have a good communication skill. As a nurse, you should be very observant. So those are like strengths related to my professional expectations. So you pick whatever is professional, is related to your professional expectation as your strengths. So when doing your survey, whatever your friends have written down, whatever they must have answered to your question, you should be able to like select and pinpoint those ones that are related to your professional expectations. I think I've been saying that for 101 times now. So you just repetition makes things stick better. So I hope it sticks better. So that's another thing you should consider when writing a cover letter. Then when you've written your strengths, okay, there's another thing again about strengths. Your strengths shouldn't be like more than two. One or two strengths is enough. You don't have to write like about 20 points or 21 points or 25 points as strengths. I mean, come on, nobody needs that. So really just put down one or two is enough, really enough. So another thing you should consider when writing a good cover letter is your weakness. If there's strength, there should be weakness also. Like words are not opposites, let them go hand in hand. Everybody that has strength also have a weakness. So there should also be your weakness included in your cover letter. Guys, another thing you should consider when writing a good cover letter is stating the clear reason why you think you're the best candidate for that job. Make sure that you state that reason to be very, very easy to understand and to be very, very believable. You don't want to put out something there that you cannot handle. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Like, you don't want to lie, you don't want to put yourself in a situation that will make your employer feel like you're a liar and they cannot employ you and everything. So state a clear reason why you're the best candidate for that job. You don't have to lie, just be truthful, just be very, very honest, so you don't end up losing the job or end up making a mess of yourself. So state the clear reason why you are the best candidate for the job. That's another thing you should consider when writing a good cover letter. Then something you should consider when writing a good cover letter is your closing remark. Consider your closing remark. Thank you, thanks, thank you sir, thank you ma, blah blah blah. But I think there's this one that I use and it works for me, which is thanks in anticipation for your prompt response. You can find your own word, I don't know, whatever works for you is fine. Just create something that is meaningful and is very, very catchy and very interesting and very polite and formal to your employer or to the organization you're writing your letter to. So guys, the last thing you should consider when writing a good cover letter is yours faithfully. What should I call that now? Is it a closing remark too? Like, I don't know, but yours faithfully. You know, when you write a formal letter or when you're writing any letter, you end it with yours faithfully, then your name. So end your cover letter with yours faithfully, then your name in full. So that's that about that as far as that is concerned.